Okay, now in this video I want to show you how the detection settings work. In order to see the gizmos, you need to enable it in the debug tab on the gizmos here in the animal component. And in order to detect the climb points, they need to be on the climb point layer, in my case item, and they need a tag, in this case the climb point tag. As you can see, all the ledges, they have the layer item and the climb point tag here. So, and now enter play mode, and now you can enable the debug setting, and now you see two sphere cars appear, and these are the sphere cars which will detect the climb point. And you can tweak each value to see what it does, and yeah, you can set them how you like or how you want to behave. The can enter bottom rule here, if you disable it, you won't be able to enter the climb point from the bottom state. And in some cases it's maybe you want to just approach the climb point from jumping on it or from falling, but not if you are from the ground. Yeah, you can choose it how you like. The automatic enter setting here, as I said, we will approach the climb point automatically on the jump and on the fall state, but we can also choose from other states. From the locomotion, for example, if I enable it and I can enter from bottom and I go near a climb point, he will automatically jump on it, as you see. And now the top, enter from top, it's if you stay on, for example here, I will show you quick. If you stay here and you are approaching the climb point, he will detect the climb point, and now you can enter it, and with these values you can choose how your detection should work. You can also enable the enter from top. If I enable it, he should approach it and jump on it. The jump on enter, you will see the sphere cast here appears, and now if I jump, then this sphere cast will be enabled, and if you detect something or a climb point, then you will enter the state from jump. Now for the other settings, you need to be in the state. If I enable the effect, you will see this raycast appears, and this is for the detection if there is a wall or there is no wall. If I, for example, are not on the wall, then he will go for the other animation, for the hang animation. If it detects the wall, then you will be able to the brace hang animation. And here are also some settings. For example, if here you can set the maximum slope of the wall. If, for example, the wall is too steep, then you will exit the state, because yeah, otherwise the animations would not look good. And yeah, but if you don't want it, then you can also ignore the slope detection of it. And now the origin shift is also an important part. For example, if I detect the wall and I am on the edge of the ray, then he will do, when I can show you real quick, if I choose 0 and I am near a wall, you see he will shift between the animations, and this is not a desired behavior. So if you don't want it, then you will shift the origin point a bit forward, so he will always detect it without drifting between them. Now for the ledge jump, if you enable it, you will see a sphere, a yellow sphere, and you will see the red lines, and the red lines represent a possible climb point you could jump on. And if you press input, you will see a green line appears, and these are the next climb point you will jump on if you press the jump button. And the jump sphere cast distance, this is the yellow sphere cast you will see here. If you crank it up, then you will change the radius on the sphere. And the climb threshold, this is the value when you decide when you need the input for the jump. For example, I have a distance for 2.5 meter, and now I need to an input for it to jump on it. When I crank this up and I choose the direction, then I don't need to press an input, just the direction. And the behind sphere cast radius, this will be if the climb point is behind the character, then this will be the sphere cast which will detect the climb point behind. Okay, then the ledge presence, if you enable it, you see the sphere cast which will detect the climb point. If you for example disable this climb point, then he won't detect the climb point anymore and you will exit the state automatically. So it should prevent you from being in the state without a climb point. And these are the values you can tweak, and if you don't want it, then you can disable it. And if you now disable the climb point, now he is in the state without the climb point. But if you don't want it, if you not ignore the climb point check, and now you will exit the state. Okay. Now for the last one, last detection, the exit. Let's go go on this climb point. Go case. For the exit, you have this raycast system to detect if there is this raycast here will detect if there is a ceiling above the character. If there is a ceiling, you can't exit. This raycast will detect if there is enough vertical space. If there is not enough vertical space, for example, if you have this here, this is not enough space, then he won't exit either. And if this raycast here, the last one, it will detect if there is enough space in the depth of the point. For example, if there is not enough depth, for example like that, then he won't exit either, because that's not enough for him to exit. You can tweak the values if you think this is enough and your animation will play correctly on it. Then you can just tweak the values, the for distance, and now you would be able to exit the stage like that. Yeah, this animation doesn't suit it, but you get the idea. And yeah, the other you can see if you tweak the values how they behave. And I think that's it. That was the detection setting. And yeah, have fun.